her fiancé. What a wonderful idea their engagement is. What a happy marriage they're going to have. She'll be riddled with doubts about the whole affair and drop him like a hot potato.
Oh, would that we could guarantee it?
Well, what other options have we?
I suppose this means we have to have them over for dinner?
I don't know about you, Jeff, but I'm looking forward to spring when those Lemo tomato seeds are planted to grow the best tomatoes money can buy.
Good thing Lemo tomato juice is fresh even in winter. Because if this cold spell lasts much longer, we'll be marching in the Easter parade right on top of Lake Erie, because it'll be frozen over.
It was perfect. See, you can do it.
It wasn't perfect. I said frozen over. It says here frozen solid, and it'll get a lot worse when there's an audience in those seats.
It won't. Your original idea was the best idea. You're talking to your mother and no one else. You just pretend that you're at home in your mother's kitchen reading the lines to her. Don't even think about the millions. Don't even think about anything else.
Millions.
Think about your mother's kitchen. What do you do out at the stadium?
It's not the same.
Well, it is, Jeff. How do you concentrate when 80,000 fans are watching and you could make an error?
I have made a couple errors.
But you keep playing.
Well, of course.
If you can do it at the stadium, you can do it here. Here. It helps if you hold your script up here. It keeps you looking up and your throat open.
The technical part isn't my problem. I can't get all these radios out of my mind.
But you managed to do it with the fans at the stadium. I have an idea. Don't think about hot dogs and sauerkraut. What are you thinking about?
Hot dogs and sauerkraut.
So, don't think about your mother in the kitchen. Put the thought of your mother in the kitchen completely out of your mind. Banish the thought of your mother in the kitchen.
Well, it works, sort of. Would you like to get a cup of coffee?
Well, I promised Arthur I'd meet him for a cup of coffee after we were finished. You could join us.
No, I've got some stuff to do.
Well, I guess, we're finished.
I guess we're finished. Thanks.
Anytime.
It's me.
I heard you on the wireless tonight. You were quite wonderful.
That's very kind of you to say so, but it was pretty obvious I had a bad case of stage fright.
I never noticed.
Well, if you didn't, you're the only person who didn't, which makes you one in a million, literally.
I've been called worse.
I don't mean to ride you. I've been down in the dumps.
I know a sure cure for stage fright.
What is it?
As I understand it, stage fright comes from feeling too much tension. A night on the town will relieve a little of that tension.
That sounds like a pretty painless cure. Would you like to have a night on the town with me?
I'd love to.
Here's the grocery money. And here's this month's rent.
Thanks, honey.
Let's get a move on. Therapy session in half an hour. Did you know that yesterday this remarkable woman moved her leg in the bath?
Congratulations. I'll help you down the stairs.
Don't you want to hear my letter first?
Sure, okay.
On the way out.
Dear Mr. Lemo, I'm also sending one to the station manager. The young ball player who represents your product on the Lemo Tomato Juice Hour is certainly a breath of fresh air.
Mom.
He is wholesome and sweet, polite and funny, too. He gives a good name to your product, which my family drinks almost every day. Sincerely, Mrs. Ann Kahn. With my new married name, they'll never know that I'm your mother. And your Aunt Irene and Palmer promised to send one, too. And Mrs. Seneff has already sent two, one using her maiden name.
Thanks.
I am so proud of you, honey. A lot of other men would have gotten discouraged by having to change careers.
I haven't given up on baseball yet. And this radio business isn't all it's cracked up to be.
You're only discouraged because you had a little bout of stage fright. Take some advice from your mother.
Mom?
Hear me out. Stage fright comes from tension. You need to find a way to relieve some of that tension, that's all.
Well, thank you. I guarantee I will do my best to take your advice.
I think I would finish the rest by Thursday.
Oh, swell, Gina. Thanks a million.
No, thank you 1 million for the business. You have chosen a very pretty pattern.
Well, it's like one I used to wear that was someone's favorite.
Ah, there is reason maybe to wear someone's favorite outfit again?
Maybe.
I am very happy for you. Jeff is so sweet a person, and always I am thinking to myself, eventually Ginger and Jeff will get back together again and live happily ever after.
Happily ever after?
I learned this from Emma's books.
Well, maybe it'll happen sooner than eventually. Good night.
Good night. I see you Thursday.
I'm ready, Jeff. Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's okay.
Oh, Gina, one more thing.
Yes?
You said Thursday?
Yes. Thursday's fine.
Absolutely fine. Thanks again.
Wonderful time, thanks.
Well, so did I. Could I trouble you for a cup of tea?
I've never met a tea-drinking Yank.
Well, I've never had a cup of tea in my life before, but I believe there's a first time for everything, and if I am going to have my first cup, who better to brew it for me?
If you built this up in your mind, I'm afraid I'll disappoint you.
I wouldn't worry about that.
Well, I think it's only fair to warn you. I love your country, but there are some things we British do differently. Making tea is one of them.
No, I'm keenly interested in cultural differences.
First, you warm the pot. I keep the milk on the window ledge. I don't have a Frigidaire.
Why do we need to heat a whole pot?
You mean, why not use those awful little sacks you Americans to tie your tea up in?
What other kind of tea is there?
Loose. Takes a little longer to brew, but the ritual is very nice.
Well, I enjoy learning different ways of doing things.
You're so broad-minded.
And what's the extra pot of hot water for?
We keep it nearby to dilute the tea if it's too strong, or warm it up if ever it cools down.
Well, I don't think I'll need it, but it's reassuring to know that it's there. Oh, but wouldn't tea bags make things a lot easier instead of all this rigmarole?
Easier is not necessarily better.